Most relationships don't break in a crisis. They were already cracked, and the crisis just made the crack visible. What looks like a relationship destroyed by a job loss, a health crisis, a financial collapse, is almost always a relationship that had unaddressed structural weakness long before the pressure arrived. The crisis didn't cause the failure, it revealed it. I'm Dr. Shae. Today is the finale of this series. I'm going to show you what stress architecture actually does to a relationship, and I'll give you a specific audit you can do now in the calm before the pressure arrives. I'll tell you how C and D's story ends. But first, let me show you what happened when real life arrived. Under genuine sustained pressure, people don't become their best selves. They become their most fundamental selves. Every skill they've developed in emotional regulation becomes less accessible. Cognitive and emotional resources are finite. When they're depleted, the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for nuanced, regulated response, goes partially offline. What fills the gap is the most deeply encoded material they have: their financial attachment style, their conflict script, their attachment strategy under threat, their loyalty pattern. Everything we've covered across this series. The couples who navigate hard seasons most successfully are not the ones who rose to the occasion. They're the ones who had already mapped what the occasion would look like. They had the conversation in a calm season, not hypothetically, but specifically. When real pressure arrives, what do I look like? What do you look like? What do we each need? What do we do when we cannot access our best selves? That conversation, held in advance, becomes the anchor, and you cannot build the anchor during the storm. C and D had been together 6 years when C lost the job. Not just the income, the career that had organized C's sense of competence and identity in the world. When it ended, C didn't grieve it. Grief would have required acknowledging how much of the self was built there. So instead, withdrawal. A heaviness that lived in the house. C going through the motions while not really being present. D's instinct, the one from D's family of origin, from D's financial attachment history, was to fix, to send job listings, to keep things moving, to not let the silence sit. C experienced this as D, being unable to just stay in it. D experienced C's withdrawal as being shut out of the relationship. Neither of them had the language for what was actually happening. C was in a grief D didn't recognize as grief. D's help was the one thing C didn't need. And in the space between what each of them needed and what they were able to offer, something began to fracture. There's a specific dynamic in career identity loss that's worth naming because it happens inside the relationship without either partner necessarily seeing it clearly. When one partner loses a significant work identity, the relationship faces two simultaneous crises. The practical one, financial uncertainty, schedule disruption, and the identity one, which is the harder one. Because the partner who lost the career doesn't just feel unemployed, they feel undefined. And in that undefined space, they frequently become someone their partner doesn't fully recognize. The partner who is still structured, still grounded in their identity, often experiences this as their partner having left the relationship, while being physically present. What couples need for this and for every high-pressure season is a conversation held before the season arrives. The Relationship Resilience Audit. 5 questions. Have them in a calm moment. 1. What do I look like under real stress specifically, not hypothetically? What does my partner need to know about how I function when I'm genuinely depleted? 2. What do I need from you when I'm at my lowest? And what do I need you not to do? 3. What is our single biggest financial vulnerability, and have we named it out loud? 4. If one of us faced a significant health crisis, do we each know what the other would need? 5. When we're both depleted simultaneously, what brings us back to each other? Here's the version of this I hear most often. We'll figure it out when we get there. I understand where that comes from. It sounds like trust, like confidence, like not manufacturing problems that don't exist. Here's the clinical reality. The couples who navigate hard seasons most successfully are not the ones who figured it out when they got there. They're the ones who had already talked about it, in a season of calm, with enough distance from the pressure to be honest rather than reactive. We'll figure it out is a hope. Hope is necessary. It is not a strategy. The blueprint is what sits between love and hope. It is the specific, practical, honest work of knowing what you're each carrying before real life asks you to hold it together. C and D drew the map retroactively. After the hard season passed, they had the conversations they should have had before it. What stress looked like for each of them, what they needed that they couldn't ask for, what they did that made it worse, what brought them back. They have that map now for next time. Build it before you need it. The Blueprint Compatibility Assessment covers all 5 domains from this series. Link below. The Blueprint Workshop Series, 5 sessions live, goes deeper on everything we've covered. It's where the real work happens. Link in the description. If you're ready to go further, that's where to go. Love connects you. The Blueprint protects you.